Working Interferences is intended for mature audiences. Since the hosts never grew up, someone needs to be the adult. Welcome to Working Interferences with Josh and Lance, the dental advice podcast for the average dentist. Here is Josh and Lance.
Bros, what is up? Welcome to the Working Interferences podcast, a dental advice show. I'm Josh Walston.
And I am Lance Timmerman.
Lance, we've got some more new equipment tonight, so we'll see how this bad boy goes, but I don't have the snowman blanket over me.
Do you miss it?
I kind of do. I don't miss sweating under it while we record the show.
Yeah.
But let's see how this new sound gate sounds. So
is it your security blanket like Linus?
It is. It's all like crunchy from my saliva from me sucking on it while we're on the show.
Quotes saliva,
quote unquote. Lance, I picked up a dental magazine a couple days ago that I thought we should discuss. Do you get Benco's Incisal Edge magazine? I
do not. Do you have to be East Coast or something? That sounds like an East Coast thing.
Yeah, Benco is in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, which is near Scranton, home of Dunder Mifflin.
My student loans went there to Wilkes-Barre.
Oh, nice. I believe the Yankees AAA affiliate is in Wilkes-Barre as well.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't mean to throw shade at the good people at Benco Dental, as I don't know as if I've ever said anything here before on this show, but I think we may have talked about it. The most I've ever gotten paid per minute to lecture was by Benco, so I don't want to throw any shade at them too much, but they do have an article in this most recent issue of Incisal Edge magazine, and so they may be an East Coast type of deal, but I can't tell you for sure. I would guess they have some kind of branches on the West. They seem like a nationwide company, but they have they have an article: 32 most influential people in dentistry.
Did we make it?
Let's see. Let's just go. I mean, I think it's like the Oscar nominees where you have to open the envelope to tell.
Okay.
Let's start from the top. Should we start from the top or should we start from the back? Because I feel like there's definitely no way we're going to be number 1, 2, or 3.
Okay.
Right? So if we're going to be there, we're going to be at the end. So let's start with the top and let's move down.
Okay.
Because then we can sort of unveil if we made it. Because if we made it, let's be honest, we're going to be at the back.
All right. I'll give you that.
Number 1, most influential person in dentistry, Joseph Hogan, the director, president, and CEO of Align Technology.
Okay. All right.
Number 1, most influential person in all of dentistry per Benco magazine.
So all of those subsidized clinics are clearly influenced by him.
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be on the list.
Right.
I just am not sure he's number 1.
Well, anything that is geared towards a specialty probably is just not number 1.
Right. And I mean, Align is cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like they just dropped this out of nowhere. We never had any idea. Align's been around for 20-something years. It's been around since the late 90s.
Yeah. Well, and I guess now that they own Cadent, iTero stuff, it
was like 10 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like none of this is new. The only thing that's new is the SDC stuff.
Okay.
But that doesn't... How does that make somebody the most influential person in dentistry? I don't... Right off the bat here, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be on the list. He's just not number 1.
Well, I mean, I guess influencer. I mean, if you're pissing off a bunch of dentists, that's influential.
Yeah. Is Align pissing off a bunch of dentists or is Smile Direct Club?
I think a lot of people are assuming that
they're related, they're in cahoots.
Yeah,
even though they're really not.
The statement is totally believable that they were trying to be a part of, but not. I mean, but they only had 20% stake or something like that at most ever, and then got rid of it, and
they're out.
Yeah.
Number 2, the entrepreneurial dentist.
Who's that?
I think that's any dentist that's entrepreneurial.
So like most of us.
It's sort of like when Time Magazine said that the person of the year was you, meaning me.
Right.
And you.
Okay.
And you listening.
Awesome.
Got a little bit of a cop-out?
Sure.
It says the classic solo practice model that has been dentistry's lodestar for decades. Lodestar? I don't know that word. It's less prevalent than it used to be in recent years. A host of entrepreneurially inclined doctors have established hybrid practices that are neither fish nor fowl. Not solo, not DSO, not fully corporate. How's business? Worth a closer look, certainly.
Huh.
So I guess this is just talking about any of these people who... like the Rick Workmans and the Steve Thorns and all of those folks kind of combined. But again, I sort of feel a little cop-outy.
Okay. Yeah.
Pick somebody.
Yeah. Give me a name. I need a name.
Give me a name. Like, it just can't be like, it's you. You are the most... No, it's just not happening. Number 3, Howard Farran.
Okay. I mean...
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe 10 years ago.
Right.
I mean, if you're talking about like the most dental shit posters, like that's all he does is shit post.
Hey, content is king.
But none of it's his content. And our friend and listener, Brian Baliwas at SF Dental Nerd, he just steals all of his stuff. So it shouldn't be Howard Farran at number 3. It should be freaking Brian Baliwas.
Okay.
Because he just, I mean, no offense. Howard's obviously not listening to this, but Dental Town is garbage. No offense. The podcast that he puts out is garbage. No offense. And everything he posts is just shit posting. Am I wrong? Like,
so you didn't buy his DVD series of the Get an MBA?
No, I didn't. I mean, I like the guy. I like Howard. I think he's a nice guy. I think he's funny. He said I've seen him say stuff live that would have me crucified.
Right.
And he kind of got away with it. But I don't know. I feel like this is, again, I'm not arguing with him being on the list. I'm arguing it with him being number 3.
The placement, yeah.
And other people that we haven't gotten to yet who I feel are by far, in a way more influential than anybody we've talked about yet, who we'll get to in a little bit.
Okay.
Number 4, Stanley Bergman, chairman and CEO of Henry Schein.
Oh.
I guess.
Yeah.
What is he really doing that hasn't already been done and been this way forever? Oh, last year, this guy was number 1 on this list.
Oh, okay.
And again, I just feel like there's people who move the needle way more. I'm not hanging on Stanley Bergman's every tweet or every word. Right? Like he could say something that's not going to change anything that I do tomorrow. Right? Would it you?
No.
Okay. Because that's what I mean.
I guess if he can get all price fixing and it'll influence me that way.
Yes, I feel like maybe that would have been in a pre-internet day. Henry Schein decides to do some massive price fixing and raise everything by 10%. Yeah, that would be very influential into all of our practices.
Right.
But now there's the internet.
Yeah.
And we just shop.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Number 5, a tie. Kathleen O'Loughlin, executive director of the ADA, and Michael Graham, Senior Vice President for Government and Public Affairs for the ADA, i.e. the head lobbyist for the ADA. All right, I guess. I mean, I'm sure there's stuff that's happening behind the scenes in Washington that probably affects my practice that I don't even know about.
Right.
So I don't mind them, and I don't even mind them there. There's just people I would put before all the 4 people who are listed before them. Yeah.
No, fair enough.
Number 6. Don Casey, CEO of Dentsply Sirona. I mean, it's the biggest company in all of dentistry.
Yeah.
So, okay, I guess he's going to be on this list the CEO of the biggest company in dentistry is going to be on this list at some point.
So is this list actually rankings or just this is just the list?
I mean, it's the list. I don't know if it's rankings, but they're keeping track of where these people were last year.
Oh, well, yeah.
So last year, Don Casey was quote unquote one to watch. So he wasn't on like the full list of 32. He's moved up to 6.
Wow. From off the list all the way to 6?
Yeah, sort of fringe list.
Okay.
To 6. Number 7, Martha Summerman, Director, National Institute of Dental and Craniofacial Research, Bethesda, Maryland. The NIDCR. Cool, I guess. I have no idea what she does.
Yeah.
It sounds really important. So, yeah, I guess.
It's like one of those people that it sounds like these people are so influential. I mean, they're not household names, so they're not ringing a bell, but...
Right. And that's my biggest argument is that there's a few household names that have not been on here yet, and I would say should be way above all these people.
Well, that's the thing. I think if a household name should be the top of the list.
Yes.
So, okay.
Number 8, Peter Dubois, Executive Director of California Dental Association. All right. Last year, number 9, so you moved up one spot.
All right.
I guess I'm not a member of California Dental Association. I have no idea. I don't know if he's a dentist. I don't know if he's not a dentist. I don't know anything about him.
All right.
Number 9, Jimmy Glidewell. Jimmy G! President and CEO of Glidewell Laboratories, Newport Beach, California. Last year, number 6.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely can see...
Again, I don't know how he's ahead of some of the people that we haven't covered yet.
Yeah.
I don't dispute him being on the list. He owns and runs and operates the biggest lab in the country, so obviously that's going to have some influence.
Yeah, I think there's going to be definitely influence coming from Newport.
Number 10 in a tie, 3-way tie, Rick Workman, Robert Fontana, Steve Thorne. Rick Workman is the founder, executive chairman of Heartland Dental in Effingham, Illinois. Robert Fontana, CEO of Aspen Dental.
Okay.
And Steve Thorne, founder and CEO of Pacific Dental Services. Yeah, absolutely, this is kind of where they should be.
Yeah, no problem with there.
Yeah. Number 11, Alex Finkel and Jordan Katzman, co-founders of Smile Direct Club.
Ooh.
You can sit on it, Alex and Jordan, you millennial bastards.
Yeah, I mean, definitely making waves.
We're not even going to get it. It's such a whole longer thing.
It really is.
Number 12, Marco Gadola, CEO of Strawman. Last year, number 2. This year, number 12. Tough look for my guy.
Wow. I mean,
Marco Gadola.
Why such the drop? 2 to 12?
Again, there's some major names that have not been on yet that are way more influential than the freaking CEO of Strawman. No offense.
Yeah,
Like, what did Strawman introduce something crazy in the past couple? And it's all the same crap. It's all the same crap.
Yeah, it's all ball bearings.
Is that from Fletch?
It is.
Okay. Number 13. Now we're talking. Our good friend. Our good friend. We love this guy. We talk about him every show. Gordon Christensen.
Nice.
Holding strong. Last year, 13 as well.
Okay. All right.
Should be higher on this list.
I think
honestly,
so.
Top 4.
Yeah. I totally
in my opinion,
agree.
Absolutely top 4.
Yeah. He's a household name in every single dental practice.
Absolutely. Every dentist in the country knows who Gordon Christensen is.
Every single one.
CR report still moves the needle.
Yep.
I am stunned to have people ask me questions all the time about stuff that comes up in CR report. Just like this year. I mean, the thing that happened with Celtra, and how that went crazy. Yeah. And Dentsply Sirona threatening to sue CR. I mean, all that, that's all. I mean, he's higher than 13. He's way higher than the stupid Smile Direct Club people. He's higher than Don Casey and Martha Summerman and Stanley Bergman and Howard freaking Farron and whoever was number 1. And he's in the top. Gordon Christensen is top 5. I'm sorry. If you want to argue that, I will ride or die with Gordon in the top 5.
Yep.
Number 14, Jeff Van Drew, Democrat from New Jersey. Mike Simpson, Republican from Idaho. Paul Gosar, who's a total dickhead. Paul Gosar, if you're listening to this, you suck. Your family didn't even vote for you. Paul Gosar is the guy that in that one sort of FBI hearing about the FBI and Trump said, I'm a dentist. I know how to read people, and I know how to read their expressions and their nonverbal cues because I'm a dentist. It's like, all right, shut up. Like, you just look like an idiot. Brian Babin. Brian Babin, Republican, Texas. Drew Ferguson, Republican, Georgia. These are U.S. House of Representatives members who are dentists. I have nothing to say about any of them except for Paul Gosar.
I'm sorry. Just because you're a dentist doesn't mean dick.
It doesn't. And Brian Babin, I'm in Texas, and so I get all this mail from Brian Babin trying to get me to contribute to his campaign.
All right.
Nah.
How much have you contributed?
I may have given him $100 like 6 years ago.
On purpose?
I think it was like just to get somebody off my back.
Sure. Okay.
Number 15, Amir Agdai, Group Executive and Vice President Danaher. So, again, another major corporation, and this is like the CEO of that major dental corporation.
All right, sure.
All right, there's about 3 people that we haven't gotten to yet that is stunning to me.
Okay.
16, Captain Bruce Dye and Judith Albino, co-directors for the 22 U.S. Surgeon General's report on oral health. Again, I'm sure that they can make some recommendations about some things that would change what we do, but there's a couple of big names that haven't been mentioned yet that I think are way more influential than Captain Bruce and his Tennille, Judith Albino. Nothing to say about that one, huh?
No, less is more.
Number 17, John Gulan, managing partner, Park Dental, Eden Prairie, Minnesota. I have no idea who that is.
No. I don't even know what the fuck Park Dental is. Sounds like a DSO.
Let me just read this. Park Dental is not your average dental service organization. It is rather an employee-owned group practice in which every dentist, like partners at a law firm, has a stake in the business and has a say in what happens. Led by Dr. Gulan since 2005, he's been with the company since 1987. Park Dental also concerns itself with whole body health. Its dentists screen patients for high blood pressure. Yeah, like every other freaking dentist in the country.
Okay.
Among other things, referring hundreds annually to local physicians for other possible ailments, blah, 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 blah. Again, sorry.
Huh. Yeah.
Sorry, John. You don't deserve to be on this list.
No.
Number 18, finally somebody, again, who I think you and I don't know if you agree, but I certainly will, agrees to be on this list and probably higher. Michael Cohen, founder of the Seattle Study Club. Michael, sure. I owe you my life. I owe you my career. You're an amazing person. I love you with all my heart. Mickey Mantle is the greatest. The Yankees are awesome. So are the Seahawks. Go Michael Cohen. How do you? What say you, Lance?
No, we're not going to agree or disagree. I mean, he's certainly a household name. He's influential in many ways. So yeah, definitely on the list. Should be higher.
Number 19, Anton Wolf, CEO of Argen, which I guess is a lab.
Okay.
Number 20, Kristen Kearns, assistant professor, University of California, San Francisco School of Dentistry.
Why?
She's a dentist turned journalist and academic. Dr. Kearns has been studying the Sugar Research Foundation, the sugar lobby that is extremely active in Washington, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Consider her dentistry's version of Erin Brockovich.
But Brockovich was a bitch.
Yeah, but I guess she saved some people's lives with that water stuff. I don't know. Whatever. I really don't know. It's an interesting pick, especially because there's 2 people that we haven't mentioned yet that the fact that they're not listed yet is just blowing my mind. Uh-huh. Number 21, Sebastian Arana, CEO of 3M. Again, all right, so if you're the CEO of one of the biggest companies in dentistry, you get on the list.
Yeah, it makes sense.
This one's wild. This is just wild. 22, Jeff Johnson, Senior Equity Research Analyst, Robert W. Baird & Co., Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I guess he picks stocks?
Great.
I don't know. How does that influence dentistry? I have no idea.
It would help if they would explain why. Because I'm drawn blanks on so many of these people. If influencers, sure. I mean, you're in politics. Okay, you're going to influence.
But like the top of the top.
Come on. Okay.
Yeah. This is a stretch.
Yeah.
We'll go back to this. I'm trying to look here to see if there's anything even worth talking about on this. The ones to watch.
Okay.
Nothing really that I see that's worth talking about.
All right.
Finally, number 23, John Coyce.
There you go.
Okay, so should be 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
Okay. When John Coyce says something, people listen.
I mean, this guy is definitely an influencer. Yeah, we definitely
He's the influencer.
He is, yeah. The moment he declares anything, everybody's either going to agree or have to find out why they might disagree, and then come to their own conclusion that, damn it, John was right. He's always right.
How he's not higher than 23. Last year he was 18.
Yeah.
Blows my mind.
Yeah, that's crazy.
24 is a very tough look for Incisal Edge magazine. Lauren Evarts, writer, lifestyle maven, theskinnyconfidential.com, and she's known as the charcoal toothpaste evangelist. Take a long walk off a short pier in Incisal Edge magazine for putting this blowhard on this list.
Yeah.
Are you ready to kill yourself, Lance?
I'm getting close.
Number 25, Paul, get ready to bleep this, Lance. Fucking Goodman. Now,
I'm not bleeping that shit.
Are you, like, the guy runs a stupid Facebook group that no one really likes. Yeah. And no offense, Paul, I'm sure I'll get 100 DMs about this and 100 text messages about it.
Yeah.
But, like, you have a shtick. Your shtick is saying the word nacho. You go by Dr. Nacho. It's dumb. I think you're a nice enough guy. You have the thinnest skin I've ever seen of anybody. I don't understand how on earth that Paul, excuse me again, Lance, fucking Goodman is number 25. And John Coyce is number 23. And wait till you hear who's number 26.
So the thing that's stupid is his Facebook group isn't any bigger than the Hacks. What, it's a third?
And literally no one likes it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Anybody I hear talking about it, it's never favorable. I mean, I'm hearing people bailing on it all the time. This
is a guy that has CE courses. For implant placement that's not using any digital placement or guides.
Yeah.
And has another guy folding balloon animals at the CE course.
Yeah.
And paper planes. That's the course.
Well, and I find it interesting that, puts on the implant course, but doesn't place any himself. He has a periodontist in his office doing them.
Now, whatever. He can have his group. Fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
Have his courses. Fine. I don't care. But he's not 25 on this list.
No.
He's not 125 on this list. He's not 325 on this list.
I mean, if you're going to be putting people that run Facebook groups, get the guy that runs Style Italiano. I mean, that's a big group.
Yeah. And that's like a real group that has real freaking content on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just crap about nachos every day that no one cares about. It's a shtick. We're all tired of it. Go away. You're not number 25. This is going to really make you want to kill yourself when I tell you who's 26. Frank goddamn Spear. How on earth is Paul Goodman above Frank Spear? What are we doing?
Number 1, 2, or 3. Yeah.
Frank is 1. There's no doubt in my mind that Frank is 1, John Coyce is 2, Gordon Christensen is 3.
There you go.
What are we doing?
That's ridiculous.
I'm so fired up right now, Lance. I was in a good mood. I was singing tonight as we were washing dishes, Andrea and I.
Wow.
And then I'm looking at this, and I just want to throw my computer through the wall.
So glad I don't get that. Whatever.
Frank Spears, number 26, 1 below Paul Goodman, and 2 below the charcoal toothpaste lady.
Oh, God.
I seriously want to die, Lance. I want to die.
Certainly discredits
this
the whole
podcast
list.
is my suicide note.
In our show notes, I'll have the phone number to the Suicide Prevention.
Please, because this is going to make everybody that listens to the show want to kill themselves.
Yeah.
Frank is 26. Are you freaking kidding me?
God.
The janitor that cleans up at the Spear Center after courses, after Frank lectures, should be higher on the list than Paul Goodman.
Yeah.
And Lauren Evarts.
Fair enough.
What are we doing?
Need a
Chuck
long look in the
Cohen.
mirror.
Chuck Cohen, owner of Benco. Come on this show and please explain this to me.
Yeah. Open invite there, Chuck.
Anytime. I'm not going to roast you too hard because I know you didn't pick this list. Some other people did.
Yeah.
But seriously, at some point this has to come across your desk. And when Frank and John Coyce are not in the top 5, and you have Frank Spear below Paul Goodman,
Yeah.
are you freaking kidding me?
It's kind of like Reagan. Reagan said the buck stops here. Come on, Chuck. The buck stopped with you.
Number 27, G. Dewey Martinelli. Managing Director for Healthcare, William Blair and Company. Great. Cool.
Okay.
He's more influential than Paul Goodman, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I've never heard of him, and he's more influential. Number 28, it's a tie. Justin Jaffe, CEO of Henry the Dentist.
What the fuck is that?
I have no idea.
All right.
And Hitesh Talani, founder and CEO of Virtue Dent. I'm guessing these are just startups that...
All right.
I'm trying to read this. Henry is a mobile dental practice
Oh, I think I saw a
driving to
picture.
corporate offices
Yeah.
across New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Virtue Dent brings oral hygienists directly into company space, a spare conference room. Yeah, I want to get my Profi right after they're done with the 2 p.m. budget meeting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know that that's a model that's going to be so disruptive and influential that we all...
It's whatever.
Yeah.
29, Marko Vujicic. I absolutely support this. Marko should be higher. The chief economist and vice president for the ADA Health Policy Institute. 100%. This guy's a genius. I love Marko. I'm a huge fan. Should be higher. Should be top 5 or top 10. He should be ahead of Paul Goodman, for God's sake. Number 30 is wild as well.
Okay.
We've talked about him before on the show.
Oh.
Beto O'Rourke. So here's the deal. Beto took a selfie while he got his teeth cleaned, like while he was running for Senate. That puts him at 30.
Wow.
I mean, I'll agree that he's done more for dentistry than Paul Goodman has. But it's hard for me to find a place on the list for him.
Yeah.
Just because of that. Like, it's not like he's campaigning on...
Yeah, it's not part of his platform on oral health.
Right. He's never, like, other than taking a selfie, like a Snapchat selfie while he was getting his teeth cleaned. That's it.
Wow.
Awesome. Number 31, David Ahern, founder and CEO of Design Ergonomics, I guess, which does operatory design and ergonomics. It's the name of the company. It does design and ergonomics. Design Ergonomics.
Okay.
I've never heard of him.
No.
Number 32, Roger Levin, founder and CEO of the Levin Group.
That's fine.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Wow.
I assume that they make these lists to generate discussion in people.
Okay.
I don't think they make the list so that I want to put my face through a pane of glass.
And yet...
But that's what they did.
Huh.
Wow, we spent half an hour on that.
Oh my
Holy
God.
crap. It's a bunch of garbage.
Yeah.
It really is.
That's trash.
Anything else to add?
I'm afraid to.
Do your I'll do my top 5, then you do yours. Like, tie at 1, Spear and Coyce. 3, I would put Gordon. 4 and 5, Kathleen O'Loughlin, Mike Graham. And then after that, I would probably put like Steve Thorne. That would be my list. Tell me yours.
Well, I'd have to...
and then right after that, Michael Cohen. I love you, Michael.
Yeah. I would probably... You have the advantage. You've got the list in front of you to mix and match.
Well, I turned it off after the Paul Goodman thing.
So, definitely right up there. The top 3 are similar. It's Spear, Coyce, Gordo. The next two,
probably a CEO of something.
Yeah.
And whatever. I mean, yeah.
I think we're on the same page of what should be considered.
Frank Spear is by far, in my opinion, the most influential dentist in the world. When Frank says something, he's got the biggest platform. He has the most people coming in and out of his courses.
Yeah.
And not only that, like, people listen to him.
Yeah.
People do what he says.
Yep.
Same thing with Gordon. Same thing with Coyce. People do what they say.
Yep.
So if you want to talk about like that to me is, I hate the word influencer. That's an influencer.
Right. That's the definition.
Oh, geez. Put in a wax, Lance. Lance, this is an advice show that might just get to one question tonight.
It's not a very good one, but okay.
We answer your questions. We answer questions we find on all those neat little dental Facebook groups. We answer questions from Reddit. We strive to help dentists and dental team members with our own unique brand of advice. So please, we need your questions. They are the sustenance we crave. You can submit your questions to workinginterferences@gmail.com. Now, we don't want just any question, do we, Lance?
Nope.
We don't want a bunch of boring questions like, who's the most influential person in all of dentistry? Because we all know that Papa Randy, Randalicious, who has more Twitter and Instagram followers than any of those jokers on that list combined.
That's right.
Is the most influential person in all of dentistry. We want the questions that Gordon Christensen, what was he, number like 12 or something like that, 13, whatever he was, cannot answer. Question tonight, I think we're just going to get to one.
Okay.
Listener Azar asks, hello, gentlemen. I think that's being generous, don't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm an avid listener since episode 1, Duke University.
Nice.
And a big fan of the show. After Josh mentioned that he'll happily accept mediocre questions, I decided to ask this question that's been bubbling inside me for a while. A few weeks ago, I had a really busy day, fillings, extractions, recalls going all day. Because I was on roller skates, I was holding my urge to answer the call of nature. Plus, I forgot to drink water all morning. Now, I know my question might pertain mostly to men, but I'm pretty sure our trans bro, DDS, and team members might have experienced it too. When I finally got the chance to relieve myself, it came out as the dreaded multi-streamed trickle pee. It went in all directions, staggering, but continuous. I used my fingers and arched my body to gain all the leverage I could, but alas, by the time I was done, my hands and a bit of my scrubs were covered in dehydrated, musky urine. I washed my hands thoroughly, blotted the spots on my pants, complained to my assistants about the water pressure from the faucet, and put my gown on and went back to work. Being distinguished practitioners, a decade and 2 older than I, you might have experienced this too. I hope not. My question is, should peeing while sitting down be the standard of care / universal pee caution? I love that. For all penis possessing healthcare professionals and staff. Gordo hasn't replied to my email yet, so I was hoping you guys could figure this out for the world. I hope this leads to a Nobel Peas Prize. Sincerely, Dr. Holding It In. Very well done. I am very...
that was awesome.
I enjoyed that immensely. Dr. Holding It In. I don't know how old he is. You are a decade older than me. You are probably... I'm assuming you're entering sort of possibly maybe into the prostate world.
The male menopause?
Yeah. Is this an issue you've suffered before?
I don't recall a triple stream issue. And I got to say, as a father of 3 daughters, I just got in the habit of why bothering with the toilet seat. I just do that standard of care. That sit down.
So you're a fan.
It's easier, less conflict. Pick your battles.
I will say, I'm generally a stander-upper.
Okay.
There's a couple of, like, if I'm just exhausted,
yeah,
that's one.
Okay.
It is true that less mess is made.
Right.
So that's important.
Well, it makes it a lot easier to fuck around with your iPhone when you have both hands available.
Yes, it does. Which I think is common. Is there anybody who's not on their phone while they're in the bathroom?
I'm not aware of anyone, but I don't take a poll.
Yeah. What would other advantages be of sitting down? I mean, you get a break for a minute. That's huge.
Yeah, they got the break.
Two hands to work on your phone.
Yeah.
Or to check your phone.
If you change your mind on if it's going number 1 or 2, you're already there. So,
is that a mind change thing, or is that your body tells you, hey?
Yeah, it's you're no surprises.
There's got to be. I mean, so less mess. You kind of mentioned that. Mm-hmm. You don't have to have the fight about the
leaving it up or down. Yeah.
Yeah, up or down. Disadvantage to sitting is you got to, undo everything. Whereas if you stand, you can just go through the fly. Just do the...
I mean, if you're George Costanza, you're taking your shirt off anyway.
If you're sitting.
Well, I mean, if you're already going to be taking your clothes off, might as well sit. You just disrobed.
Yeah.
But I'm not George, so...
Part of his issue here was not going all day.
Yeah. It's kind of like if you haven't eaten all day, therefore, when you finally do, you're going to be eating way more than you normally would have because you're just so hungry.
Yeah, you're gorging.
Yeah.
The other thing, though, I mean, I've noticed, like, if I have to hold it for a while, and it gets urgent,
mm-hmm.
and then it's time. It's like everything is so tense, like all the muscles are so tense,
right?
That it just doesn't flow well. I don't know if that's a prostate thing. Is that a prostate thing? Help me out, Daddy Lance.
Yeah, I think that is. I think that's.
Oh God, I just turned 40, and so I've got like my physical coming up in August.
Yeah,
where I'm going to get the digit dropped for the first time. Have you had the digit dropped before?
Oh yeah, I'll go in extra times during the year just for that.
I'm serious, Lance. I need you to walk me through this because I'm really nervous about this.
Well, what's not comfortable is when they whisper in your ear.
Oh, God.
And you feel both hands on their shoulders.
So I've seen the same physician since I was...
Yeah, it's
like
time for a new one because you'll never be able to look them in the eye ever again.
God. His wife is my patient.
Oh, no.
What am I going to do? I'm going to have to pregame.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to do it in the afternoon, and I'm going to get like 3/4 drunk. I can't get like sloppy,
No. Can't do that.
Halloween party Josh drunk, but I need to get loose. I got to get loose.
It's probably a good idea.
Would there be any advantage to maybe like finding some sort of female... female
urologist?
Contract worker, I guess I would say. Independent contractor who specializes in certain things to maybe practice this, like... is that something that would work, you think?
If it's on the menu, take advantage of it.
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing here is try not to hold it that long, and you're going to be better.
Yeah.
But
time management.
No dental office bathroom is one of those where it's like there's more than one stall or whatever in there. It's all going to be a single stall. It's all going to be a single seater no matter what. So no one's going to be in there with you.
Right.
So you do whatever the hell you want. If you want to stand on your head, if you want to Superman over the toilet and like lay down over it and like
plank.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. No one else is in there, and no one's judging you. So if you're gonna sit. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Andrea sometimes comes home and she'll say something like, "Oh, hold on, I need to go to the bathroom. I haven't peed all day." Like, how do you
Wow.
I seriously do it. Even on a busy day, I'll pee 2 or 3 times, like during the morning and a couple times during the afternoon. And I drink a lot.
Yeah, so you're well hydrated.
Coffee, water, Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Throughout the day.
That'll do it.
So I do like a big smart water every day, cup of coffee in the morning, Diet Dr. Pepper at lunch, sometimes a cup of coffee
do you feel
at
smarter?
lunch.
Is smart water working?
No, not at all.
Okay.
It's because Jennifer Aniston is on the advertisements, and I like her nipples.
Okay.
So
we all do.
I feel like that's as good a reason as any to buy water.
Might as well.
One time I went to go lecture in Maui.
Oh.
And best gig I ever had. Shouts to Peter Fay, prosthodontist in Maui, who brought me out to his study club. And the Hiranakas, oral surgeon in Kona, Hawaii, who brought me out there. And so I did a lecture one Friday in Kona and the next Friday in Maui and stayed in between. It was great. Good, best gig ever. And those are the gigs I think about when I'm driving to Alabama at 3 o'clock in the morning. When I'm flying to, when I'm flying to St. Louis and driving to the Lake of the Ozarks, like I did this past week. Just like the TV show, by the way.
Oh, okay.
The Ozarks are just like the freaking TV show. So I went to Maui, and he had this event planned for us the day before the lectures. Like Thursday morning, we met him at some field like halfway up Haleakala Mountain.
Okay.
And we did paragliding.
Oh, God.
And so you sort of run down the mountain, and at some point the wind just picks up your glider, and you just glide.
Wow.
The rest of the way. It's really great. It's fun. And some of the guys, so you do it in tandem with somebody until you get a license. And so we were obviously doing tandem with these professional guys. And some of these guys were talking about some of the other places on the island where they can go. And if you go when the trade winds are right, you can paraglide for like 6 or 8 hours, like all the way around the island. And that's sort of this kind of, it's like climbing Mount Everest or whatever, you know. And so I was like, well, like, what about going to the bathroom? And they said, oh, we just wear a condom catheter. I didn't know about, I've never heard of that.
Wow.
I guess a normal catheter like goes up inside you.
Yeah, that's going to hurt your urethra.
Yeah, and it's not great. A condom catheter, you just like roll this bad boy on like you'd roll on a Trojan.
Okay.
And then it just has a tube that goes down your leg to like a bag. And
wow.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that's dedication.
Yeah. And so it's like, well, what happens when you fill up that bag? Because if you're up there for like 8 or 10 hours, I hope you have a big bag, because like that's a long time to be up there.
Yeah.
And so he's like, oh yeah, no, we just empty the bag in the air, put it back on. So if you're in Maui and it starts raining, but it doesn't look like there's rain clouds anywhere, don't try to catch anything on your tongue.
No.
Bad idea.
Very bad idea.
Bad idea. See, I never knew this existed. So he could get one of these condom catheters, roll that bad boy on.
Okay.
And then put on your roller skates, which I do. People say that all the time. You better have your roller skates on. At some point, there needs to be a dentist who, like Sonic Car Hop, puts on some roller skates.
Yeah, but
I don't feel like it would, because you say that
video would go viral like Constantine dancing.
Yeah, I think more so, because I would fly face first into crap.
Right.
Break my face open.
An epic fail.
I don't feel like it would make me any faster.
No,
that's the point of being on roller skates, right? Is to be faster.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be holding the wall to go from operatory to operatory as my legs went further and further apart until I held up against a wall and got them closer together again.
Be like Bambi on the ice.
Yes, that's exactly what it would be. Yeah. That's exactly what it would be.
Yeah.
Do you think that most influential person in dentistry, Joseph Hogan, President, Director, CEO of Align Technology, do you think he sits down when he pees?
Of course.
Joseph Hogan, if you'd like to come on the show to discuss being elected or being appointed or being named the most influential person in dentistry, and then also whether you stand up or sit down to pee, please let us know. Drop us a DM.
That's going to be our new first question for every guest now is, do you pee standing up?
I'm going to learn some kind of like a lotus pose or something like that, and that's how I'm going to do it.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you think Beto O'Rourke does? Beto O'Rourke pee standing up or sitting down?
He goes out in the
He's
bushes.
definitely a sitter, I believe. You think he goes in the bushes?
Goes outside. He doesn't use toilets.
Oh, you think he's like crunchy green granola?
Yeah.
No, I think he's just like super lib lefty.
That'll work.
So I bet it's one of those deals where like he maybe feels like it's insulting to women for men to stand, something like that.
Yeah, he's ashamed he's got a penis.
Yes, yeah, for sure. It's okay, Beto.
It's okay. It's a safe place.
Yeah. So the other thing is this: you have to keep a change of scrubs at the office.
That's a good idea. Especially
That's
if
a
you're
smart
going
move.
to be peeing all over yourself, then yeah, you should have some backup.
Yeah, you never know, like when anything can happen.
I mean, never trust a fart.
100%. So you got to have a spare set of scrubs.
Yeah.
There's no shame in sitting down because no one's going to see you. It's not, you don't have to explain yourself. It's only you that you have to answer to.
Yeah.
And I think that alternative is better than the alternative of peeing all over yourself and then
I think so.
having to explain it. I don't know. That's just how I feel.
No, it's a shared view.
That was not a mediocre question.
No, not at all. You can be very proud.
I quite enjoyed that. So, Dr. Holding it in. Not mediocre at all.
Nope.
Keep it up. Lance, I think it's your turn for a song.
It is.
So I'm going to let you do that right after I go over this stuff.
Okay.
Don't forget to hit up the Principles of Practice Management Conference for Dental Economics, July 18th and 19th in Norfolk, Virginia, at the Norfolk Waterside Marriott. Go to principlesofpracticemgmt.com. And that will take you where you need to go. It's a great meeting, and if you've got questions, you've got frustrations about business, and that's the place to go. And such a deal, as our Jewish friends would say, "Oi, such a deal, such a deal" on this meeting. It's a great time. You were there last year. I was there last year.
Good
we had
times.
a great live show. It was unbelievable. Don't know as if that's happening again. Don't think that's happening again.
No.
Mainly because I don't think Lance is going to be there. So that's a problem in doing a live show.
It does influence the ability. Yeah.
And I'm not doing it with anybody else, Lance. Just FYI.
Oh, thank you. All right. I cheated on you once.
Yeah, I'll be on someone else's show. I'm just saying I'm not doing our show together with someone else.
Clint and I did one when you were
Oh, yeah,
unavailable.
but I gave you, that was like your hall pass.
Yeah, I got your
I said it was
blessing.
okay.
Yeah.
I said it was okay. Yeah. So hit up Principles of Practice MGMT.com, and makes me think of that band MGMT.
I know. Me too.
They're a great band. I was actually going to pick them for one of my songs last time, but I'm going with something different. So anyway, hit that up. Principles of Practice Management, 4th annual DE Principles of Practice Management Conference. You're going to have a great time, and you're going to get to see beautiful Norfolk, Virginia.
Norfolk.
I'll never know how to say that right. Be sure to share this with your friends. Let your friends know. I'm sure you have some depraved friends that you went to school with that you know. Met one of our listeners at the Ozarks.
Oh.
He said he's been trying to get his nephew to listen to the show. Turns out I know his nephew. His nephew's name is Dustin Kidder. Huh. He's a dentist in Louisiana, and friend of Danny Domain.
Nice.
And so
big fan of Danny.
Anyway, you never know where you're going to run into one of these depraved working interferences listeners.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Rate and review us wherever you're listening to the show: iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify. Lance, what's your favorite number?
Big fan of 5.
Big fan of 5, too. If you're flicking through Podbean, flick 5 stars. Hit us up on the web, workinginterferences.com. Hit us up on all of the social bullshits. Facebook, Working Interferences with Josh and Lance. Twitter, @Winterferences. Instagram, @Winterferences. I can be found on Instagram, @JoshWallace10DDS. Lance can be found on Instagram, @DrTimmermanDMD. Lance, hit me with your song.
All right. So, did you ever go through kind of a punk phase? Punk rock?
Yeah, so some would consider Andrew McMahon's, especially his early stuff, Jack's Mannequin, and something corporate stuff, as punk. I would say it's more punk emo.
Okay.
So I kind of did have a little emo phase, but I didn't do the sort of like black hair. I never deviated from that.
Because I never got a mohawk. I never did that weird stuff to myself. But for a while, I was heavy into some more raw music. And there was a group
But punk, do you mean like Sex Pistols and that kind of punk? Or is that even like not really even...
No, that would definitely be punk. Because so there's this group called the Descendants. They're from California. And there was a surf punk scene back in the 80s. And... I'll be honest, this is probably at risk of making, if anybody had any respect for me at all, I'm going to blow it right here. I discovered there was a song called Enjoy by the Descendants, and it's a song about farts.
Enjoy! Smell my bum! Enjoy! Make the most of my toast! Enjoy, my good friends! Enjoy!
And so, of course, loved it. And then the lead singer, we've talked about... Rivers Cuomo leaving Weezer to go to college, and he went to Harvard, but he studied music.
Harvard.
Yeah. So
not just college, like the H-bomb.
Yeah, but to study music, which is great.
Right.
But Milo Ackerman, the lead singer of the Descendants, he has a PhD in biochemistry because they have one of the album titles was Milo Goes to College because he left the band for a while and then he came back. He's a smart guy, and Hurtin' Crew is a song where he talks about his a classmate got 1420 on the SAT, and so he called this guy a big piece of poo in his song. So, big fan of the Descendants. Well, you talked about your drive last week, and so I thought about the song Kids. To me, it's always called Kids on Coffee, but I thought of you because in the song at the end, they say, thanks to modern chemistry, sleep is now optional. And so I thought of you driving. This was really anthemic to you. So
I love it.
So the song Kids by the Descendants.
I love it. I needed, it was true. Thanks to some chemistry, which I will not mention on the show. It's the only way I made it in one piece on that drive. So this is awesome. I'm looking forward to hearing this one. I don't know the Descendants.
Okay.
So I'm interested to hear what you think punk music is and see how real punk that is versus what garbage I think punk music is. As you laughed at me, as I was like, yeah, I was into something corporate. And you're like, ha, 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 you pussy. This is the Descendants. Kids. For Lance Timmerman, this is Joshua Austin. Peace. Celebrate the foreskin.
Warning, the Bassmaster General has determined that coffee is good for your health.
Dust bouncing off the wall, breathing, dueling, mixing ball, feeling breaking, lots on deck. Where's my bonus cup? Come on, man, fill me up. Yeah. I need some drops, wash it down. Kids are coming, kids are coming, kids are coming.
Thanks to modern chemistry, sleep is now optional.